Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm using a new brush kit which I got in the mail. It's by Vanity Planet and it comes in this cute vegan cruelty-free leather case. So it's made of fake leather, that's basically what it means. The brushes are made of synthetic hair, so they are also cruelty-free, and the handle of the brushes are made of wood. This brush kit contains 15 brushes in total, a few face brushes, but also some brushes that you can use for the eyes. I mainly use their eye brushes because I'm doing an eye makeup look for you guys today. I just checked their website and it retails for 95 euros, but of course I have a special discount code for you guys which will give you 17% discount, which will leave you with a amount like $30, which is insane for a brush kit like this. So if you're curious, I will link down the discount code and the website link in the description bar. Now the eye palette that I'm using today is by Zoeva and this is the Caramel Melange palette. It's so pretty, and I'm going to start with the white shade and this brush. This is of course from the kit that I was just talking about, and this is a flat brush. The brushes don't contain names or numbers, so I don't really know how to describe this brush, but it's just a big shader brush and it's flat, so easy to use for this step. Now I'm going to use this blending brush, which is the only blending brush in this kit, and I'm going to take this medium brown shade to use this as my transition shade. So I'm going to blend this all over in my crease. It's a very light shade, so easy to work with. You can just blend it back and forth and you will not really make a mistake with this one. So I'm slowly building up the color by picking up more products and more products. Now I'm going to use this shade, which is kind of like a peachy brown shade, and I'm going back in with that same blending brush, and I'm also going to blend this in my crease. I'm trying to keep it slightly lower than the medium brown shade that I just applied before this. So with that shade I went a little bit higher towards my brow, and with this one I'm trying to keep it just in my crease. But if you recreate this, it's not really necessary. You can just apply this right on top of the medium brown shade. Now I'm going to use this shade, which is just like a darker brown shade, and again I'm going to use that same blending brush. And I'm going to blend this in my crease, but I'm focusing at the outer V. I don't want this brown shade to be all the way to my inner corner. I'm focusing mainly at the outer corner. And at the end of the tutorial you will see why I'm doing this. Now I'm going to use some concealer, and this is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm using it in the shade NC15, it's the lightest shade. And I'm going to use this tiny brush, which I'm not sure where it's meant for, but I'm going to use it for my concealer. But it's made of synthetic hair, so it's easy to work with whenever you use a cream product. And every time I do a cut crease I basically pick up a brush like this. So I'm going to apply this all over the eyelid, and also I'm going to create a round crease base. I don't know how to explain this, but if you are following me for a while you know that I'm just trying to create a crease by, I don't know, I'm just going straight underneath my crease, which will give me a crease line. I hope that makes sense. And I'm using my finger to blend out the outer edge because I don't want to go all the way to the outer part of my lid. Now I'm going back in with the white shade that I used at the beginning for underneath my brow, and I'm going to pick up this tiny brush, which is like a very tiny shader brush. And I'm going to press this white shade at the inner part of my eyelids. Now I'm going to use this pretty shade, which I was so excited for to use. This was mainly the reason why I wanted to use this palette, because I found this shade so pretty. So I'm going to use that same brush that I used before for that white shade in my inner corner. I'm going to press this all over in the middle part of my eyelids. If you want a shade like this to be very intense, you can make your brush wet, and this will make it look way more metallic, and yeah, it will just give a more intense finish. I didn't do this for the whole eyelid, but I did make my brush wet to apply this very close towards the crease line that I created. And because it's wet it will dry, so it will stay in place. Now I'm going to use this golden shade, and I'm going to apply this right on top of where I first applied that white shade. I wasn't happy with how it looked. I felt like the white shade didn't blend it well with the shade on my eyelids, so that's why I'm going in with this yellow shade. Now I'm going to use this dark brown shade, and I'm going to apply this at the outer V, just basically the outer edge of my eyelid, the space that is left with no product. And I'm pressing it and also slowly blending it towards the other shades to make it blend into each other. Now I'm going back in with the blending brush. And I'm going to blend a little bit of that dark brown shade to make sure that the lines are less harsh. And if you want, you can also pick up a little bit of that medium brown shade that we used for the second step and blend that as well in the crease. Now I'm going to use this orangey coral shade on this brush, which I think is made for the brows, but I like to use it for underneath the lower lash line. And I'm just going to press this underneath the lower lash line, and you can see that the pigmentation will stay intense. Now I'm going to use this brush, which is also a sort of blending brush, but it's way more dense. The hairs are more compact, if you know what I mean. So I don't like to use brushes like these in my crease, but for my lower lash line it's nice. I'm using that same coral shade to blend it out. Now I'm going back in with that golden shade and a tiny shader brush, which I also used for my eyelids. And I'm going to use this to pop that golden shade also in my inner corner and apply a little bit at the inner part underneath my lower lash line to connect it with the coral orange shade. So now again I'm going back in with that dark brown shade, and I'm using my blending brush, which is the more dense blending brush, not the very fluffy one. And I'm going to blend this a little bit more at the outer V. I felt like there was a sort of gap between my outer V and the coral shade underneath my eyes, and I just wanted to make sure that those are more blended into each other. So yes, that's why I'm doing this. So now you can see the end result without using lashes or mascara, but you can see that all these shades are very well blended into each other. I really like how all those shades look together. Now I'm going to use a brown pencil by Jouer, and I'm going to pop this in my waterline. I just felt like there was something missing, so I just wanted to use something that matches with the eyeshadow shades. And I never use brown in my waterline, so it's nice to try out something different. Now for my mascara, I'm using the MAC Extended Giga Black Lash Mascara and Bossy Lashes from my own lash company. I will link them down in the description bar. This is one of the newest styles. And yes, now you can see the end result with the lashes on. I'm really happy how this eye makeup turned out. It was also fun to try out some new brushes, and yeah, if you're interested, I will link them down in the description bar with a discount code. And yes, I just hope that you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!